Well, it's morning, and there's still kind of a blizzard out there. You know what? We're just going to go back to sleep for a few hours. Okay, still windy up here on this mountain peak, but a lot clearer than it used to be. It is cold up here, 76%. 76%. Let's grab this book here and start a fire.
Come on. That did it.
There we go. So that'll start cooking again. We'll make a little tea or something. What are we gonna cook? How about these peaches? We'll have some nice warm peaches, and then we'll cook coffee in the other one when it's done. It's a little later in the day than I really hoped that it would be, but that's fine. We've used a lot of our painkillers, actually, so I'm going to swap out those painkillers for this group of painkillers. Everything else is just fine. We will put one of our bandages here. Try and leave everybody everywhere better than when you found it. You never know when you'll come back here desperate. So we can still chop up this table. That's really the last supply of wood in here, and we are not going to do that. As good as it probably would be to do it, we will just have to leave it for another time. Hopefully we never show up here so cold that we need it. Alright, let's cook some coffee. Matter of fact, I think we might cook a lot of coffee. We probably could have used some last night, even if it wasn't going to help us out with keeping warm. Delicious peaches. Gave us some hydration, gave us some nutrition. I think we're doing pretty good. We'll leave those matches. How are we with our existing matches? Oh yeah, we got plenty. And honestly, all this reclaimed wood, we probably ought to just move over here. $50 minutes. Great. We'll take it for the moment. What else do we need to do? What else can we cook? We could make some rosehip tea, but we've got pills. I'm not too worried about any of that. Do we have any... Alright, we'll take that one. Do I have anything else that I want to cook? Soup? Yeah, we'll cook the soup. That's fine. Soup is good food. We'll take it. I think they only keep the hot bonus for like 10 minutes? We're still going to get a hot bonus from the soup, so I'm not too worried. But let's keep an eye on it right here. Both of those still have the hot bonus. We'll wait for that to be done. And if we check... Nope, the hot bonus lasts longer than that. Maybe it lasts as long as half an hour or something. We'll just eat that. Now we've got an extra 10 of food. We'll eat the last of the venison. So we're pretty full. We will drink. And then I left us just enough that we can drink this last bit of coffee here. I say that. We did get our benefit for warming up, but there's just a little bit of coffee left too. Huh. Okay, almost none of it. That's fine. We're not actually encumbered, so I'm not upset about any of this. The only other thing that I can say that we probably ought to do is drop the worst knife. Not bad knife, just the worst one. And drop one of these accelerants. You never know when you're really, really gonna need it. Okay. 8 minutes left, that's fine. Time to look at getting out of here. We're gonna go to Hank's Hatch. The way to do that is going to be to get out of here, and we will go get back on the railroad tracks. We need to be open to getting the rest of our flares when we go back. Huh. Bear spear. I don't think so. If I run into the bear, sure. I wonder if it works against the wolves when they charge, though. It's an experiment I'm not really keen on testing, but I mean, it might be a good idea to find out. We're in great condition. We've got medical supplies. The weather's a bit terrible, but other than that, I think it's fine. I wish we could kind of, the logging camp's just down there, but this is way too steep to try. We will not be going over the side. I wish there was some sort of agriculture in this game. In a way, you can put your snares out and you can just eat an infinite amount of rabbit. And they don't actually punish you for having a diet that consists solely of meat. I'm glad they haven't gotten too in-depth with everything in this game. Like, I don't want to be tracking vitamin deficiencies and everything else like that, but I don't know. What could you grow that you could eat? It would probably have to be in the cabin, which is fine. Well, what could you grow? Nothing edible after only a few days, I don't think. Maybe that's why they didn't do it. We'll just finish our coffee. Interestingly enough, we got the fatigue reduced benefit from it that time, where we got the other benefit, the warmth benefit, first time. Let's see how it just expired. All right. Wolf. Okay, well, it changed his mind. Okay. We're taking the spear. We will try the spear. If we get hit with the wolf, that's fine. If we get hit with the wolf, we'll just fight it off. We'll use something different. We'll use, like, the knife. Actually gonna try and bait this guy out. Come here, buddy. That's interesting. He ran away from the fixed spear, but only when he got really close. Might not last for long, so let's be careful. I also noticed... Here, we'll do it again. I'm facing this direction. I fixed the spear. I can only rotate this far. And weirdly enough, fixing the spear does use a lot of stamina. Whatever. Good to know, at least. Worst comes to worst, I could back myself up into a cave, a corner, something, and set my spear when they get really close. Hatch should be right up here. Is it just me, or does the hatch seem a little bit like lost? Would be suitable for this game, despite it being cold as hell up here. Further north, okay. I do like how clothing limits your maximum sprint. Like, that seems like a good balance. Alright.
Here it is.
But let me check the notes. Our notes did tell us exactly what the combination was. 45, 18, 32. You think we could have gotten in here without the note? Maybe.
Finally made it.
New location discovered. Prepper cache. Lantern fuel. Quality tools. I guess we'll just leave those there for the moment.
I think I can use this.
Fishing tackle, line, cloth. We probably ought to combine all those hooks that we have. I don't actually see anything in there. We probably ought to combine all the ones that we have into actual fishing tackle, because I don't know what else it would be good for. Crate? Yeah, chop it up. Just wood. There is no stove down here. Damn. But there is a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's, drop all that. For now. Hank. Gotta be Hank, right? Nothing. Hank's Journal Part 2. Things have not turned out the way I had hoped. I guess that's why they say hope is not a plan. I was on my way to drop some supplies off in the bunker, but the wolves hunted me the whole way here, and I couldn't escape them. One managed to take a chunk out of my leg just before I could get in here and slam the hatch door. Feels like it's on fire. I think it's infected. And now I hear something scratching on the hatch door. I'm afraid to open up. Angela, I pray to God it isn't you or your mother, but it can't be. It's just too soon. I'm just gonna have to hold out down here for a bit, and I'll check when it's daylight again. Just have to find some way to keep track of time down here. Well, doesn't seem like it really worked out for him, does it? I'll leave the stack of papers for now. We're gonna leave the lantern in place. I've got so much
This'll come in handy.
oil that I'm not too worried about it. We'll leave the matches. I mean, at this point in time, I'm only grabbing things that I think that we can use. Lots of granola bars, lots of water, can openers. So many pork and beans. I hope they're in great condition, but let's start with these flare shells. Firearm cleaning kit. They're very light. I'll take it. Cloth. First aid kit. I think I would have been surprised if there had been disinfectant in there. Ragged work boots.
Lamp fuel.
Lamp fuel, I'll leave it alone for now. What's in here? Worn long wool scarf. Longer wool scarf that can be wrapped around the entire head. Designed for cold weather. New wool long johns. Absolutely, we'll take those. So the wool long johns are a definite upgrade for us. They weigh more, but they're more than double the warmth, so wear those. I've got a lot of cloth, so I am just going to put those old ones back. That's a lot of food.
This stuff will come in handy.
We'll leave that flare behind. Flare might have also helped us out against the wolves. I normally don't walk around holding the flare out, but it's supposed to ward them off. And we'll leave that sewing kit behind it too. Really, there just was not much in here that we needed. But there's food. There's water. There's a nice place to sleep. It is, in fact, safe from the wolves. Let's take just a moment here and look at what we've got. I almost wish we were hungrier so that we could eat some of these other food items, but I am going to eat this energy bar that's getting really low on us. There we go. Did it actually give us a boost to energy? It doesn't look like it. Lots of firearm cleaning kits. We can definitely make some more hooks and fishing tackle and things like that. We've got bandages, so I'm not concerned about doing more of those. We're not over capacity, but there's not a lot that we can afford to just bring back with us either, because we're very close. Let's have some water. I mean, we could potentially bring back some pork and beans or something.
Is it food or?
33%. 42. 51's not bad. 0.25 kilograms. We can afford to take maybe one more.
Hope I can still eat this.
No. Peaches are not really worth it. Look at that. That's 0.5 kilograms for 450. Or it's 0.25 for 600. So, tasty as peaches might be, they are definitely inferior to pork and beans in terms of calories. I'll take that one as well. Okay, that's about as much as we're really going to be able to do. We don't need anything else that's in here. We've finished all of this. We know what's up at the hatch. It's kind of cool that it's there. We figured out the thing for the deer. So we've done all the basics of survival. We've got all the Mystery Lake supply caches and the like. There is one more Forest Talker cache in the Forlorn Muskeg, which is where we'll be going before too long. And then the Aurora hatch, which is in the Forlorn Muskeg and can only be opened when the Aurora is active. So there is nothing else that we need to do here at the moment. We have to move on to the Forlorn Muskeg. We'll continue doing our story missions. I'm curious about this old Spence family homestead. So these two are here. And that'll be our goal. We'll come in and we'll go this way. Then we'll work ourselves over to the homestead. And then there's this other signal to noise here. And then this is going to be kind of a harder one, I think, to get to. But it's up there by the Aurora hatch, so I suppose we could change direction if there's Aurora, but terrifies me a bit. I think we'll be living out of the poacher's camp and the old Spence homestead. Okay. Cannot open those. The pipes are broken. That's unfortunate. I wonder what these were. Perhaps they were distant early warning systems or something. All right. Distance early warning was a series of radar dishes and bunkers and things like that installed across Canada, and Greenland had some, and Alaska, and I think there was probably even some in the continental US. But the idea was it was supposed to be radar stations that would detect if there was a missile launch. That was the warning part, what they were hoping to warn against with the distant early warning system. Well, I don't dare say that we found everything here, but we seem to have tied up all of our loose plot lines. We've been everywhere except for way up here in the corner, and I kind of think the clear cut is the end of it. I didn't see anything up there like a lookout or anything from our vantage point, but it's possible. If so, hopefully something guides us back in that direction, because I think Forlorn Muskeg is where it's at now. We've done everything that we found that we can do here. We did pretty much everything I think we could at Broken Railroad. I didn't see a whole lot of map left that we hadn't explored. It seems to be a very small region. So, electronics for Jeremiah. And being concerned about the old bear hunting us. Great. I mean, I guess I can pick him up while I'm thinking about it. That was really hasty, firing the second shot. Wow. This is not working out for me. Wolves are kind of hard to hit once they are charging. I guess we could try the spear again. Well, you and me both, man. We're both getting out of here. Nobody won that fight. Maybe I ought to start carrying a decoy. Because if he was running for me and I decoyed him and then I backed up and kind of got him in perspective, I think I could shoot him. It's so much easier when they're standing still and you're broadside to them. We've never noticed this. Huh. And then the flares. Huh. We'd never noticed that. When we get back to our cabin here in just a moment, I think we'll go ahead and we'll probably have to do some housekeeping. And that'll probably be an entirely different and longer episode. I'll try and give you guys a little more whenever we do something like housekeeping. But if we're going to run all around the Forlorn Muskeg, we really need to decide what we need to carry and what we don't. Quality tools? I don't think so. Bear spear? You bet your bippy. But I mean, ultimately, we just have to decide what it is that we're going to carry. We need enough to survive, and we also need enough to be nimble. We'll see. We will go ahead and do the housekeeping and stuff like that next time. But for now, we're home.
It will lead you back to me.